Hello, this is Douglas Courtney, your president of the Belle, Terre Racket Club Advisory Committee. Once more, coming to you again via video to address some of the issues coming up at Belle, Terre Racket Club. We had obviously, just barely by the skin of our teeth, saved the club for another year, and we were getting ready to move on and create a better position for everybody there. We met with the administration. We met with some board members. We had numerous discussions. The board specifically told them to come up with a plan to ensure that we could try to meet our guidelines and set benchmarks and try to end the deficit that we had for this last year. Now, we did all those things. We had a very nice meeting with the administration and Mr. Joshua Walker. We got everything together and came up with a plan. And it was a very good plan. I presented it to a couple of people that was I 100% on board. There were things I'd like to have changed. Obviously, anybody would. And what we decided to do was come up with a whole new proposal for memberships. And what that included and involved was a membership include the annual membership for just cash paying people for $300. The adult monthly membership would be $55 a month. It would move up from 47. That we would include an annual family pass for the first time this year, which would be $650. We would have a single parent family pass, which would be $450. And then a family seasonal pass, which was really, really needed for $165 for 3 months. Now, we were hoping to sell that as we used to do in April, May, and June for May, June, and July for the summer months when we have people just want to use the facility during the summer, which was a big boost for many years. Then we were going to add a student annual pass that we already had to keep that at $200 and a student monthly pass for $20. It was a little bit, higher and everything, but we had to cover this deficit and we were looking at ways to do this. And this is really important. Now, one of the big problems that we have is that we have about 800 members that are on Medicare Advantage. They get all their membership paid for by the insurance company. So we're Sneakers, Florida Healthcare, those such and such. And those memberships only pay those contracts only pay for every time that the member uses the facility. Well, it's an issue because there's only about 200 members that use the facility on a regular basis. The others might use it once when there's about 200 to 250 people actually using the full amount. And that makes it look like it's really, really bad. And we don't getting enough money from the seniors because of that to help cover the cost. Well, we can't, by our contracts, charge more for an annual membership or even charge for an annual membership for the insurance companies. And the reason why is because they're paying for it. The insurance companies are paying for it, and their contract says you can't. Plus, you can only charge for an annual membership that you can't charge any more for an annual membership than you charge for a normal membership for anybody just coming in and paying the fee. So what we came up with is we decided to charge what we called an administrative fee and charge it to everyone. And the insurance companies got on board and they agreed. They said, if you charge that administrative fee to everyone, then that's something that the insurance companies would not object to, and that fee could be collected from everyone individually, but not through their insurance companies. They would have to be paid for the people individually. And we came up with an annual fee of $50 per year for everyone. Well, what that would do is then obviously it would actually increase the annual fees for everyone by $50 a year. But that would be able to capture those roughly 600 insurance members that weren't getting or paying hardly anything any year at all, and put that money back into the Belle Terre Racket Club for future use or for use of everybody there. We'd be able to capture some of the money that we really needed to overcome these deficits. Now, by doing that, we estimated that overall that we would probably gain about an extra $50,000 a year in revenue, which we sorely needed to overcome some of the increases in costs and all those things that are associated with the Belle Terre Racket Club. We had a few other benchmarks, a couple other things come along. There was going to be some cost cutting and a few other things Then we came down to the idea with everything we were doing that we would have a cost savings of about, we'd probably say cost about $100,000 to $125,000 a year on just the basics of what we're doing with, which would reduce our deficit from the proposed $160,000 to about $45,000 a year. And we felt with a few extra workouts and everything like that, that we could probably overcome that as well. So overall, a good plan. And they're supposed to present it on June 20th to the school board, get their consensus to move that forward and get everything done. Had school board members on board and all this, and we're ready to go. And when it got to the school board meeting, one of our favorite school board members immediately said that we were charging too little, weren't charging enough. We needed to split everything up and do thus and so and this and so, and wanted to have 2 plans for memberships instead of only 1, wanted to introduce 14 membership levels instead of only 7, all the other things that were going on with it. And it came from nowhere. From what we can understand, there was no study done on it. There was no reason for it. There was no idea for it, anything other than the fact that it was his opinion that we needed to sign to have more people pay more money. And that threw everything in disarray. Now we're all way backed up and everything like this. And he insisted on having them come forward with a new plan. Now that new plan was brought forth last week, and it was a disastrous of a plan. And he's really pushing. He thinks it's a really good idea. Now, what he wants to do is he wants to create 2 basically separate facilities out of one facility. Everybody that's been there a while already knows they've tried this and it failed miserably. There's no way that you can do this, but obviously he knows more than everybody else because he's been there 5 months. And what happened is he wants to separate the gym and sauna and the racket club, or the tennis courts, basically, away from this pool. And he wants to charge one fee for all those people. And then he wants to charge another fee for the people that want to include the pool on there. And basically, we move now from 6 membership levels to 15 membership levels. And we're all going to have to decide which one we want. Okay. Now, the reason the separation never works is because even though we're one facility, they're separate buildings. You can't have somebody just pay for, say, the gym membership, which is much lower than the one including the pools, and expect them to go just to the gym. It's an honor. He wants to make an honor system, doesn't think anybody's going to cheat. Well, we all know how that's going to work out. And what ends up happening is you end up having to either take in less money or have to hire some personnel to go around checking everybody's ID all the time to see if they're in the right place, if they're where they're supposed to be. And of course, that adds costs, adds attention, gets everybody angry, and it just drives everybody insane, which is why I said we've seen this happen before. We know where it's going to go. It's nothing that should be done, but there you are. There he has it. And when he does that, he also wants to reduce the monthly memberships fees from $350 basically down to $200 to $50. Plus, then he still wants to charge the $50 a month, $50 a year fee for administrative costs. So it's basically saying paying what you're paying now. You're just adding the other $50 and restricting everybody out of the pool and everything like that. But then the other thing is he wants to come in and then add a different cost if you add the pool, which is the most, time consuming thing you have. Now he wants to have an adult annual membership and an adult monthly membership. And he wants to raise that to $420. $420 from the current $300. And then he wants to add the $50 charge on top of that. So if you're an adult member, you're paying $470 a year for the membership there, from where you used to be spending only paying $300. And with a new one, we proposed $350. He's increasing it $120 for an adult single membership. Okay. Then he wants to do the adult yearly, we kept saying he wants to move the family annual pass from $650 to $750. Then he wants to keep the family seasonal pass from $160 to $190. He wants to put an adult seasonal pass for 3 months to $160. Then he wants to put in a student yearly pass, student monthly pass. But here's the big thing. He wants to introduce an insurance monthly membership fee on top of the contract fee that you get from your, Medicare Advantage and everything. He wants you to pay on top of what you get. So when you check in and they get your money from your insurance company, they also get money from you. Okay. And he wants that fee to be, if you're only going to pay on a monthly basis, $20 a month. Sounds reasonable, right? But if you're also paying for, 8 days or whatever you're paying, you're also paying somewhere around the neighborhood of about $28 a month from your insurance company, which means now you're paying $48 a month. And if you multiply that on out, you're way up there in the atmosphere. You're paying, and all of a sudden you're paying $240 a year for your membership that you aren't paying anything for your insurance company supposed to pay for. And according to their contract, they can't do that because they can't charge us more than they do anybody else. Plus, the fact is they can't charge us an additional fee because it's a membership fee. The fee has to be paid by the insurance companies, and they have a set fee. They can't charge us more than what we're getting from the insurance company. They have to pay that. If they want that additional money, they have to go back to the insurance company. But he says, "Oh no, we don't. We'll just force those people to pay, and they will pay it because the insurance, because the facility is so great and so beautiful." This is the same gentleman that was disparaging not only 2 months ago, saying it was poor and needed to be torn down. Okay. Then on top of it, the people like me who go on a regular basis and pay the full amount almost every single month for my insurance fee, which comes out to roughly $325 a year that they're getting from me, from my insurance company right now, which is higher than their annual fee. They want to charge me an additional $250 in cash for me to pay. For me. So all of a sudden, if I go, I'm going to be paying $585 $585 to go to that facility. And then they want to charge $50 on top of it. So I'll be paying $635 to use the facility that the services have been cut, the personnel have been cut, they want to do everything else, and the hours are cut. And it doesn't even meet near the abilities the other people have. Plus the fact they aren't supposed to be able to do that by their contracts. Can they charge the $50 fee? Yeah, they can. But they can't charge the $250 on top of it by their contract because that's a membership fee. And it has to be covered by our insurance company. We are not supposed to be paying any additional money on top of that. This is supposed to be happening on July 25th. There's an informational workshop at 1 p.m. Do not know if that's going to be on the agenda there, but there's also supposed to be a board meeting to finally vote on it at 6 p.m. on July 25th. We thought all of our issues were done. We'd be able to move forward and work with hand in hand with the school, with this administration to finally build up, cut our costs and get these things done. And we had to put up with this, obstruction again. Don't know what they're going to do. I can't believe that they're actually going to, vote on this, annual membership thing. I believe that they should stick with what the original group was, what we worked with the administration, school board members. They worked with us and multiple people agreed with, which was the earlier version. Yes, we considered all the things like dual, memberships and everything. We found out that a dual membership, 2 memberships would just be add cost and reduce revenue, which we don't want to do. We can't have force insurance people to pay for that. The reason you buy Medicare Advantage is so that you don't have to pay for insurance. Pay for a monthly fee or a yearly fee for your gym memberships. I mean, we can go a lot of places, not Belle, Terre, and go in and just give them our membership card and not have to worry about it. Oh, well, you don't have, blah, 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 the pool. Well, maybe in another year we will, So we got to get this stuff together. I hate to ask you people to go up and raise Cain and cause trouble or just express your opinions, but we're going to have to do it again. What they should be considering is the one that everybody worked on, the one that everybody agreed is going to cut the cost, bring in new memberships, and do what we can to do. Not this joke that's just come out of left field that somebody just wants to do because they have a good feeling about it. We have told them, the administration has told them, the um, board members have told these people to present this thing. You cannot balance the books or try to cover the cost with our current membership. You just can't do it. They're going to have to quit trying to just add more and more cost or more and more expenses onto us so they can cover their costs. We have to get more members in. We have to get at least 200 more members in that are paying the fees. We have to expand this thing, not try to reduce it to where only basically a couple of people are able to afford to be there. This has to be a community effort. So, you can't not, and I say this again, balance the books on the back of the current members. You have to expand, and their plan just doesn't do that. Now they want to say, well, this place is worth more than the $300 a month. It might be, it could be, but you can't do that when you're only working the hours they're working with, the personnel they're working with, and not provide. You can't keep cutting services, and you can't keep cutting the things that they're doing and then adding to expense, adding to cost. You can't do that. You can't reduce services and add to cost. It's just wrong. But I need everybody to see this video, pass it along. I need you to get in touch with your school board members, Mr. Furry, Ms. Chong. I need you to get in touch with, Sally Hunt, can express your support with, Colleen Conklin, express your support with Miss Massaro, and let them know what we should be considering is the one that was agreed to before. That's what everybody agreed to, and that's why we can make it work. We aren't here to make a profit. We're here to cover our costs. We want to make it available for everybody. This is a community facility. We want to keep it for the community, not just an elite few. So please, if you can, make some phone calls, get everything going. Let's talk to these people out, talk them through it, pass it on if you want to, whatever we can do. But we have to stop working with this and start being serious about what we got to get done. We can't keep just taking up random things because somebody has an idea somewhere that he got from something. All right. So thank you for your time and efforts. I hope you can help us get this done, and you all have a good afternoon and a good day.